So, you want some super interesting hat facts, do you? Well then close this video right now, because you're not getting any here. On this channel, we only have the mildest of facts. And about 2 years ago, I put out the first mildly interesting hat facts. Back then, we were only at 15. Only 15 facts. But I think over the years, I've prepared you for a little bit more mildness. And that's why today, we're going to be doing 20 more mildly interesting hat facts. But before we do, this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends! Raid Shadow Legends! Raid Shadow Legends! This ain't your grandma's RPG. Not unless your grandma likes sweet graphics and radical gameplay. I know mine did. Rest in peace, Gram. Raid Shadow Legends is free, so you can't afford not to play it. And it's available now on both your phone and desktop. You can play it anywhere. You can't escape Raid Shadow Legends. Battles in Raid can be set to auto, so you don't have to make every decision for your characters, and can be played at 2 times speed for 2 times the action. Just sit back and let it go. To the extreme! And for the next 30 days, if you're a new player and click the link in the description, you'll get 20,000 silver plus 1 free champion. Tree Feller, a super powerful champion to start your journey. Just go in-game and go to the inbox, and it's yours. You can find me in-game under the name SquimJim. Come say hi. The Stockbroker's Scarf, Cranial Carcharodon, FR0, Builder's Blueprints, Idea Tube, Clockwork's Helm, and the Spy Crab are the only cosmetic items whose backpack icon distinctly shows the blue version of those items. All other items either lack team distinction or show the red version. When the Lone Star was first added, the blue version actually kept the hat red, but instead changed Sniper's mustache to blue. And this actually more closely resembles the character the hat was based off of, but this was apparently unintentional. It took them over 2 years to fix it so that the blue version had a blue hat and no longer changed the mustache. The Improv Coonskin Cap was an item originally intended to be found in 2016's Creepy Crawly case. It had its own backpack icon and even had the Assassin grade, but for unknown reasons it was never added to the game, and it was eventually removed from the game's files. Jungle Inferno also had several unused hats relating to Mercenary Park, including the Bananas hat, the Never Forget hat, the Yeti Park hard hat, and a hat called Mercenary Park, which looks very similar to the Monstrous Memento, which was the Jungle Inferno hat that actually was added. However, unlike most unused items that have been found in TF2's files, these have never been removed and can even be found in the Manco catalog, but for whatever reason, they have never been made available. On the original 119th update page, when the update was first released, the mercenary was called the Weekend Warrior. The update page itself was changed when the name was, and also included the addition of another new badge, the Primeval Warrior, for people who played TF2 in the pre-release beta phase. When the Starboard Crusader was first added, it was quickly modified to remove the pins from the hat, possibly because it too closely resembled a hat worn by a character in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which the hat is based off of. This left the hat plain for a few days before a more TF2-y version of the pins were added, along with the new style. When the engineer has blueprints out or is hauling a building, the hot rod will flip down over his face. If a spy is disguised as an engineer with the hot rod equipped, it'll flip down wherever the spy has the sapper active. This is due to the fact that the sapper also counts as a building. The tips of the batteries on Demoman's battery bandolier were originally a bronze color, which matched the color of the batteries on the robots in Man vs. Machine. But both the cosmetic item and the robot's batteries were changed to gray not long after. However, they could still be seen with their original color on the main menu's Robot Soldier and in the Man vs. Machine trailer. It's still unknown why this change was made, but my guess would have been because of their original resemblance to the Duracell brand of battery. I mean, I'm not sure if you could copyright the way a battery looks, but it's a theory. The 2 Fortnite, Pyrobotics Pack, Necronomicrown, King of Scotland Cape, Cool Breeze, Apparatchiks Apparel, Heavy Artillery Officer's Cap, Turtleneck, Jungle Booty, Stocking Stuffer, Combat Medic's Crusher Cap, your Winter Mantle, Bloodhound, Late Party Phantom, Heroic Companion Badge, Tuxie, Modest Pile of Scrap, and the Arkham Cowl are all set up to be painted, but currently cannot be. The Copper's Hardtop and Security Shades were originally intended to be one item, but were separated when they were added to the game. In the Move Those Weapons Up blog post from 2013, a pyro can be seen with what appears to be a gardening hat, but no hat like that currently exists in the game. The Tyrant's Helm, Pyro's Beanie, Prince Tavish's Crown, Master's Yellow Belt, Fancy Fedora, Manco Cap, and Aperture Lab's Hard Hat can all be worn by the robots in Portal 2's co-op, provided you have that item in your TF2 inventory. And even after all these years, it still works, you can still go equip them. And don't worry, trading is still coming soon. The first cosmetic items to be given styles were the Ghastlier Gibbous, Treasure Hat, Hat of Undeniable Wealth and Respect, Googly Gazer, Pyromancer's Mask, and the Scotsman's Stovepipe. These were all retroactively given to the items after they had already been in-game. The Maniversary Paper Hat is folded out of the comic The Insult That Made a Jarate Master Out of Sniper. When the ball-kicking boots are equipped, the Scout will spawn with a soccer ball that can be hit around by anyone in the server. And you used to be able to destroy the ball with a short circuit and ruin everyone's fun, but I was sad to discover that is no longer the case. For whatever reason, the blue version of the Hat of Undeniable Wealth and Respect was removed, leaving the octopus with reddish spots on both teams. It used to have a blue version, but for unknown reasons it was removed about 4 months after the hat came out. Both the Shutterbug and Megapixel Beard feature a picture of Spy holding hands and walking with Scout's mother. This is the picture that Spy picks up at the end of Meet the Spy. Selecting the headgear category in the Manco catalog will result in nothing being shown. It's been this way since the Smithmas update of 2013 removed the separation between the hat slot and misc slots and combined them into cosmetic slots. Now all items that previously appeared in the hat section appear in the misc section. When first added to the game, the Dragonborn Helm was called the Tamrielic Relic. Also, 3 of the 5 promo items for the game Thief were renamed several weeks after being added. The Baronal Bouncer was renamed the Gilded Guard, the Cutthroat's Cloak to Criminal Cloak, and the Garrett Badge to the Baronal Badge. But it's unclear why they made these changes. Engineer's Aim Assistant was originally called Mr. Sentry, and the Deadliest Catch was originally called the Deadliest Catch. Though I'm gonna assume that last one was probably a typo because it was fixed 1 day later. In an obvious typo, when it was first added, the Pyromancer's Mask was called the Pyromancer's Mask, before being fixed a few days later. And as I mentioned in the previous hat facts, the Dead Head was originally called the Skullcap, when there already was a Skullcap in the game, and Demoman's Storm Stompers were originally called the Snow Stompers, which is the name of an engineer item. On March 12th, 2015, all cosmetic items mysteriously stopped dropping. But because of how rare hat drops are, it took until September 2015 for anybody to actually notice. Not a single hat was found through random drop for the rest of that year. It's unknown why this happened or whether or not it was intentional on Valve's part, but almost a year later, on January 26, 2016, hats began to drop again. And thus concluded the Great Hat Drought of 2015. And also this video. I want to give a special thanks to Cool Stuff for his fine patronage, as well as everyone else who supported me in February. I also recorded a few lines for a video he made, so you can check that out too. And, oh yeah, I have a Discord now. So yeah, I'm working on a bunch of stuff at the moment, so I haven't really been able to properly promote these things, but, you can go check that stuff out. And, until next time, peace out, dogs!